All right, hey everybody, welcome back. Got another news feed here for you. This one kicking it off right off the bat from Autoblog here. The FJ Cruiser is coming back, but it is coming back sooner than expected, like in a couple of days. This is pretty impressive. Or maybe by the time I publish this video, it might already be out. But the Land Cruiser FJ, the FJ Cruiser, okay, that is what they're calling it. It is a smaller version. It will fit between the Land Cruiser. It's smaller than a Land Cruiser, and going to fit in there between there and the 4Runner kind of thing. FJ Cruiser, it is returning, and now let's take a look at this and dive in real quick. But they tell you it was, it came out in, it was mid 90s till its final year through, or mid 2000s through 2022. It ended. Demand for it kind of slacked off, and that's why they ended it. But then after it was gone, it had a cult following to the FJ Cruiser. People love this thing. Recent reports from Japan claim that the FJ's comeback is finally happening. Even better, it will reveal sooner than expected, with Toyota reportedly preparing to showcase the new SUV in just a few days' time. That's pretty impressive. This is the FJ right here. And two-door, great vehicle, like I said, cult following, built like a tank, just an awesome rig. According to the new report from Japanese publication MagX, Toyota will preview the Land Cruiser FJ at the exclusive Japan Mobility Show Prologue event on October 20th, 2025, a day before the main show opens. A global premiere will follow the next day. The model won't appear at Toyota's main JMS booth, though. It says right here, positioned as the youngest member of the Land Cruiser family, the new FJ is said to bring back the classy box silhouette that made it with the original a hit. Toyota hasn't directly linked it to the old FJ Cruiser. The name and design cues make the connection clear. The model is expected to be built in Thailand, with its Japanese launch set for mid-2026. That is right around the corner. So this thing is coming on fast. So, and here's kind of the renderings and the stuff that we see most commonly. This is actually at a Toyota booth, but this is what we're seeing this thing kind of looking like. Here's what we're expecting it to be. That looks like a Tacoma next to it right here, so you can kind of see the size of this thing. Earlier reports revealed that the FJ will likely sit on Toyota's IMVO ladder frame platform, so it'll be an actual ladder frame. That's nice. Which underpins the Hilux Champ. The chassis allows flexibility for internal combustion engines, hybrids, and even electric powertrains, though the first version will reportedly start simple with a 2.7 naturally aspirated 4-cylinder gasoline engine, the same one found in the Land Cruiser 250 sold outside the U.S. That would be really cool to see a naturally aspirated 2.7 in something like this make its way over here too. It would be really cool to see. So, we don't know much yet, but we do know that they are announcing it on October 20th, and that this thing is going to be coming quick, and it's going to be hitting hard. There's a lot of people really looking forward to this vehicle, so we shall see what happens there. This one here is pretty crazy. This video, I don't need to play the video. U.S. auto delinquencies have jumped 50% from 15 years ago. There's a lot of interesting info in this article here, more than just that, but it's at U.S. auto delinquencies here in the U.S., not the rest of the world. Okay, it's talking about here. Why? Because the U.S. banks and the dealership groups and the stuff like that are just making this very, very miserable for people. Car loans have gone from the safest consumer credit products to among the riskiest over the last 15 years. The delinquencies rose more than 50%, driven by soaring car prices, rising interest rates, the new study shows. But look I love this. Car loans have gone from the safest consumer credit products to the riskiest. For who? Here's the question for you. Who is it the safest for? Obviously, they're talking about the banks. Okay, that's all they care about. They don't care about you or me. They're saying car loans have gone from the safest consumer credit products for lenders. Okay, but now they're not. Now they're the riskiest. And they say it like we should feel bad. Over the last 15 years, delinquencies rose more than 50%. Who do you think made them rise? Who do you think made it where nobody can afford to keep their trucks, and those that do, and they realize how bad their depreciation is, how bad things is, and how bad the situation is due to the rates they're paying, that they just want to walk away with it, which is a big reason of delinquencies. They're done and they walk away. We saw it during the pandemic stuff. Who do you think causes these issues? Is it not the bank and the lenders and the dealers that do this in the industry? So when they say car loans have gone from the safest consumer credit to the riskiest, they're talking about for lenders. And honestly, you know what? Those lenders, they shot themselves in their own foot. They did it themselves. They brought it on themselves. So I have zero, absolutely zero worries, concerns, or cares what happens to these lenders or how risky it is. But let's dive into it and take a look. Consumers across all income categories, that is important, understand that, all income categories, are struggling to make monthly car payments according to VantageScore. But delinquencies on car loans, defined as 60 days or more past due, jumped 51.5% from the first quarter of 2010 through the first quarter of 2025. The opposite is true for credit cards, personal loans, and other forms of credit card debt. Here's a chart right here. Auto loans up 50% in that time. Credit cards pretty much stayed average. Retail down, personal loans down, first mortgage down, home equity down. These are delinquencies. So down is good, up is bad, and auto is the only one up. The study found that 1.6% of total auto loans were 60 days past due as of July. That's a huge number. When credit cards and first mortgage delinquencies are less than 1%, U.S. consumers purchased about 16 million new cars last year, and a majority were financed. There are close to 300 million cars on the road. That's an interesting statistic that last year, in the U.S. alone, 16 million cars were bought last year, and most of them were financed, and that there are close to 300 million on the road today. Very interesting numbers. VantageScore found that in relative terms, monthly car payments are increasing faster than mortgage payments. Another interesting statistic here. And yet they wonder why this chart looks like this. Interesting. We see the cost of cars and the cost related to car ownership increasing enormously, VantageScore says. In the past 5 years, it has increased even faster. Again, resulting in this that we see here. Since 2019, new car prices have risen more than 25% and now top 50 grand on average. From Cox Automotive, the average monthly payment on these new cars is $767 in the third quarter. 1 in 5 borrowers paying more than $1,000 a month. We've talked about all this before. According to automotive researchers at Edmunds, interest rates on new cars topped 9%, exacerbating the whatever stupid word that is, an automotive affordability crisis. There's no doubt about the automotive affordability crisis. And again, we go back to that first statement that they had on here, where they were right here. Car loans went from the safest consumer credit products to among the riskiest. Self-inflicted. 100% self-inflicted. You've been hit by the increase in cost of a car, then you get hit again with financing the cost of the car. Now here's another interesting one. No income group is immune. Prime and near prime borrowers who typically have good credit scores are actually missing car payments at a faster rate than subprime consumers, since lenders tightened financing criteria for the lowest rung borrowers 3 years ago, the study found. So what this means is, they made it harder for people with low credit to get car loans because they're worried about them not paying them. But it's actually the people that have good credit score. Prime, which is 780 and above, I believe, and then near prime, which is 620 to 780, somewhere near, whatever these numbers are. But these are top tier people with great credit. They typically have good credit scores, are missing car payments at a faster rate than the subprime consumer lenders. Interesting. Very interesting. Wonder if that's why Ford opened up all that sublender or subprime options for financing for the F-150 stuff. They're like, hey, we're already having a big problem with all the prime and the near prime borrowers. We might as well just open it up for them too. The average auto loan balance has grown 57% since 2010, outpacing all other credit products. The average car loan balance is up 57%. That's insane. To get more affordable monthly payment, car buyers are stretching the length of the loan to 7 years or more. We talk about all this stuff. That is leaving an increased number of consumers upside down on their loans, meaning they owe more than a car's worth. We know that. The trend of missing payments is unlikely to reverse, and American consumers continuing to buy more expensive trucks and sport utility vehicles. Automakers are now offering fewer affordable models. Again, self-inflicted. They bring it on. This is it right here. We are in it. We are in the the automotive Armageddon right here is what it's starting to sound like. And we thought what happened during the 2020, 2022 shortages and all that stuff were setting a pace. It's an ugly world out there right now. And again, it is 100% greed and self-inflicted. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching.